Good afternoon. We're here for our next Commissioner Spotlight, and today we have Dr. Michael Krahe with us, Commissioner. Dr. Krahe was appointed on September 13th of 2024 by Mayor Linda Gordon. He was thrown right into the fire, and he's already an officer. He serves as secretary, and he also serves as chair of our Community Relations Commission or Community Relations Committee. So I'd like to welcome Dr. Krahe today. How are you?
Ray, thanks very much. I really appreciate the intro. Yeah, I got thrown right to the wolves,
Right. Yeah.
which I'm pleased with. I really am.
So yeah, we're really happy to have Dr. Cray on board. So I want to start off by just tell us a little bit about yourself, both professionally and personally, maybe hobbies, affiliations, anything you want to tell
Sure.
everybody about.
Yeah, well, it's such a long story, but anyway, I'll try to make it short. We came to Lexington 4 years ago by way of Scottsdale, Arizona. We'd lived there for 12 years. I'm originally from Erie, Pennsylvania. My wife Valerie and I have been married for 47 years. My wife is an identical twin, so if you add 47 and 47, that's how many years I've been married, just so to set the record straight. We have two wonderful grown children. We have two grandchildren, one from our son and one from our daughter. Our son stayed in Arizona. Our daughter is in Paris, Kentucky, raising thoroughbreds. So I'm now learning how to shovel and clean after thoroughbreds, which I find somewhat refreshing. And I like the work. I'm a retired executive from a Fortune 400 property casualty insurance carrier, and my background was in business strategy, human resources, and technology. And I was one of the five executive officers for the company for 20 years. So now I'm on we're here, I'm on the commission, and I really have been so impressed with the work of the commission, the people on the commission, and really want to kudos going out to Ray and his staff for the just the tremendous work that they do. I'm so appreciative of what they do. So that's kind of in a nutshell.
Oh, thank you. So all that practice with shoveling certain things was a great segue into the government, the government work that you're now find yourself in. So.
Well said, Ray.
So this question I always like. It's one of the more interesting one is because I'm curious to see everybody's answers. Is why you have all the boards. Why did you want to serve on the Human Rights Commission?
Ray, when I got a letter from the mayor, and I don't know how I got it. I didn't ask for it, but anyway, it listed all these committees that they were looking for people to participate in, and much of my professional career was around employee relations, and I had over the course of my career probably conducted hundreds of um, investigations into allegations of discrimination, et cetera, et cetera. So I have a long history of background in that particular area. And when I saw that as one of the checkoff boxes, I immediately checked it off because I thought I could add value. I have some knowledge about, this stuff. And, you know, I continue to struggle as I even get older that people treat people so terribly sometimes. And I thought, well, I'd like to try to make a difference. And so that's one of the reasons, actually, it is the reason why I decided to sign up. And I'm glad the mayor, I must have fooled her somehow because I got on.
So what is the most surprising thing you've learned while serving on the Human Rights Commission in your few
I,
months that you've been here?
a couple of things. One is the superiority of your staff. And I'm not just blowing smoke at you. I've been around the block a few times. This is a tremendously dedicated group of people that you have under your leadership, and that's a credit to you and Tammy and the rest of the team. I'm very just so impressed with you folks. And then I think the second thing really is the caliber of the committee and the work that it does, and the impact that we continue to have day after day. So those would be kind of three things, Ray, that I think are really hit home with me.
Great. So, what do you think, in looking at our commission as well as commissions across the country, what do you think currently the biggest challenge facing human rights commissions in general?
It's a great question. I really think that the work of any commission that is doing our kind of work is getting the message out. And getting people to understand what we do, and to get that message to the person on the street, um, and to get that message to the people on the street through the people who work with those people. And that's why I'm so excited about this, our collaboration with the fire department and the police department, because th those people, those police officers and those firefighters, they touch people every single day. And a lot of those people need the services that we offer. Because those people, they're not searching us out on the internet. They're probably not. They're busy trying to put food on the table or find a place to sleep. So finding those kinds of people really, I think, is very, very important, to make a difference. So that's
Great.
what I would say.
Okay, great. So, what would be one future goal that you have
Mm.
during your term as commissioner?
Wow, boy, you know, that really is a hard question for
Yeah.
me to answer. But it's a good one. I guess what I would say, Ray, is I want to keep trying to find the ways and means to touch the person on the street that needs our services. And, you know, whether that's something like going to University of Kentucky and talking to a social studies or to a social worker class and saying, hey, you know what? You're about to hit the street, and here's what we do. And when you're working with people, here's what you can do. I think about going to nursing associations, where, several hundred nurses would come together in a conference, and we'd get an opportunity to go there and say, hey, you know what? When you're in that ER and you're talking to somebody on the street, and you see a problem, now you know who to go to. So it's really kind of, it's a hole under my saddle to keep trying to find those avenues to explore them, exploit them for the good we do.
Well, the good news is the hard questions are over.
Thank goodness.
But the even better news, the next questions are worth double points. So
Oh,
you get that to
good.
look forward to. So we're moving to our rapid fire round. And this kind of give a little more insight to who you are personally. Number one, what is your dream vacation?
Oh, geez, it's funny you said that. Um, we have a place in Cabo San Lucas,
Oh,
and we go there. We've been going there for 20 years, and we've been going to the same place for 20 years, and we absolutely love Cabo San Lucas. We love
oh,
the food,
nice.
the people. But the other thing we've started to do is, we've started cruising. So we're going to go to the Southern Caribbean, and then my wife wants to go see the Aurora Borealis, so we'll be doing that. So, those are two cool things for
Oh, nice.
get
Yes,
them
can't
done
go
before
wrong
I.
either way.
Yeah, well, one's hot and one's cold.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
So, there's going to be a movie about your life. What actor would you want to play you in this movie?
Well, first off, that it would never make it to the box office. It really, really isn't much about me. But who would I want to play me? I've always admired Sean Connery,
Hmm.
and not for the James Bond stuff. He's just a sophisticated kind of guy, and I'm not very sophisticated, but I think he would help me appear to be a little more sophisticated, and I think he could do a pretty good job of of doing me.
Sure, you can't go wrong with Sean Connery.
No way.
So, you win $1 million playing the lottery.
Yeah.
What would be the first thing that you would buy?
Well, we've already there wouldn't we wouldn't buy. I don't think we would buy anything because we've talked about this, my wife and I. We would start writing some checks to people that we think would need, some of that money. Um, and so we would do that, and and then what I probably would do, because this is what I really would like to do, I would like to take like a 6 month cruise.
Hmm,
I'd really like to do that. So
okay. And that's Ray with one R and one Y when you're
that's I
writing
have
when
it.
you're writing when you're writing that
You
check.
mean a check? Okay.
Yeah. So, if you could have lunch with a person that is living or dead, who would that person be?
Um, yeah, I think it would be Carlos Castaneda's Castaneda. He is a he's an anthropologist who wrote a number of books about uh, the um, Mexican shamans, and he lived a lot of studied their belief in other worlds, and he did a detailed anthropological study of one fella, and it was fascinating to watch him write this in detail. These religious ceremonies that this guy did, and I just found it fascinating. And I think I'd like to talk with him about, did he really buy into all of this? Anyway, that's I'd like to talk to him.
Wow. Okay. Very good. And our final question, if you had one superpower, what would that be?
One, oh, so it could be any kind of superpower.
Any kind of superpower, yeah.
Then I would wish for, I wish I would have the power of um, influence, to be able to speak in a way that would touch people's hearts and get them out of, hey, I want what you want. I want what you have. I'm going to come over there and punch you in the face. You know, a way to get people to start to get along. And I think of the tragedy, over in Israel, and it's just so many people. You know, most. I mean, you look around the world and you think, my God, come on. I mean, the guy on the street, he's just trying to make a life. He doesn't want to get blown up. I mean, and so I'd like to be, if I could do that, if I could stand in front of the United Nations and say, hey, you know what? We got to get our stuff together. That's what I would wish my superpower would be.
Very good. Okay. All right. Well, that concludes our question, our rapid fire round, as well as our regular round. So we appreciate Dr. Michael Krahe, Commissioner Dr. Michael Krahe, for coming and spending some time with us this afternoon. Is there any parting words you would like to leave us with, or any final thoughts?
Well, I just want to say thank you, Ray. I mean, I really do appreciate what you do, and everybody there. I can't say enough about you folks. And um, and so that's what I would say. Thank you very much.
Well, again, we appreciate your service to the mission. You've been here since September, but you bring a lot of energy to the table, and we appreciate that. And we look forward to all your future contributions to the commission. So, again, thank you. And this will conclude our interview.
Thanks, Ray. Take care.